Hi and welcome to my Python YouTube channel. It's awesome to have you here. If you like this video, a thumbs up would be great. And make sure to subscribe for future videos. I also have a blog at prosperocoder.com with lots of cool stuff, so feel free to check it out. In the previous part, we introduced the series class, which is one of the fundamental data types in pandas. Let's quickly recreate the series object from the previous part. So we have to import numpy, pandas, and here we have our series object, nums equals series, with a list passed to the series object. And now we want to print nums series object, and let's do it. Control Enter. Here it is. This series was created with just one argument, the list of float numbers. This is why it has the default indexing starting at 0, with the values increasing by 1, 0, 1, 2, and so on, right? Now, but you can define the index explicitly, passing it as the second argument. The values do not have to be in order. So let's redefine our series object like so. Here we have two arguments, the list with the float numbers and the second argument index. And here are the indices, 3, 4, 5, 8, and so on, right? So as you can see, they don't have to start with 0 or 1, and they don't have to be in the correct order, mathematical order. Fine, let's run it. And now you can see we get this. The first index is 3, the second index is 4. What's more, index value may be even repeated. Let's have a look at this. Here we pass another list of floats, and index is set to this list, where, as you can see, the first index is repeated 3 times. Now let's run this, and as you can see, the indices are now repeated. Finally, they don't have to be numbers at all. They can be strings if it makes sense. So let's redefine nums one more time, like here. And now the indices are letters, characters. So let's run this. And as you can see, the indices now are not numbers. Now, just for demonstration purposes, let's do something like this. Let's set the indices to quite a lot of different things, like so. So here index is set to a list of all sorts of data types like booleans, string, tuple, list, dictionary, and so on, right? So let's run this. And as you can see, now the indices are these all elements which are in the list of index. Good. This example is not very practical though, but it demonstrates that you can use any data type as the index. Now, if you use indices which are not integers, you can also use them to access elements and for slicing. Have a look at this. Here we have letters used as indices, and now to access element at index e, for example, we just use the following notation, nums, square brackets, e, and here it is. Good. Or let's slice from element at index c to the end. So nums from index c to the end. Good. Here we have the slice. A more practical example would be creating a series from a dictionary. Then the keys will be the indices. So let's define a dictionary. Salary dictionary with names and the salaries. And now let's create a series. We can do it directly from the dictionary. So salaries equals series from the dictionary. And now we can print our salaries series object, which we have over here. Naturally, you can use these indices to access elements and for slicing. So for example, if you want to access Tess Danville's salary, you just use the following notation. You use the series object with the index. Here the index is this name, Tess Danville. So we should get her salary, which we do. Fine. We can also slice, for example, from Ben Hacker, here it is, to the end, every other element, for example. So we just use the regular slicing notation. So salaries from Ben Hacker to the end. And here is the slice. You can use methods to access just the keys or key value pairs as tuples. Now, how do we get just the keys? All we have to do is use the keys method. So, salaries keys, and here we get all the keys. And now let's use key value pairs as tuples. So here we have to use the items method, and here we get a list with tuples. Each tuple is a key value pair from the dictionary. Now, if you want to check whether a particular key is in the series object, you can use the membership operators. So, for example, let's check whether Ben Hacker is in salaries. And it turns out it is. Or let's check whether Steve McKenzie is not in salaries. It turns out it's true. You can also modify series objects and add new ones just like you do with dictionaries. So let's modify an object. We can do it like so. Let's say we want to change the salary of Tess Danville. So the new value should be 49,000. And let's also add a new object. As we know, Steve McKenzie is not in the series object, so let's add him. So salaries with the new key Steve McKenzie equals 31,400. And now we can print salaries again. And now first Tess Danville was changed to 49,000. Before it was 42,600. And this new element, Steve McKenzie, was added. Now, if you create a series from a dictionary, you can explicitly indicate which keys you want to be used, how many times, and in what order. Have a look at this. Here we have a dictionary passed to create a series object with the keys A, B, C, D, E, F, and the index is set to D, F, E, F. So here we're explicitly specifying that we only want these keys to be used in this order, and this key F should be repeated twice. So let's run it. As you can see, we get what we wanted. D, F, E, and F again. And now one more thing. If you want all the values to be equal, you can create a series from a scalar. Have a look. Here we have a scalar, 2.5, and a list of indices. And if we run this, we will get a series object with all elements equal. Okay, that's it for this video. If you like it, a thumbs up would be great. Also, make sure to subscribe for future videos. If you want to leave a comment or ask a question, you're welcome to do so. Thanks for watching.